Bhakti, Mukti, both are Pisachis. Bhakti is Pisachi, we can understand. How is it then Mukti is also Pisachi? Rupa Goswami did not argue. Because in Braj, generally you should not argue. He accepted it, even though he knows that it is right. Still he said, okay, I'll correct it. Jeev Goswami could not tolerate. Who is Jeev Goswami? Rupa Goswami's brother's son, Anupam's son. He only used to edit whatever written by Rupa Goswami. So edit that. That was his work. He could not tolerate. He did not speak anything, but on the way returning, like when guests come, you leave them to some extent, you go with them. So on the way, while he was leaving Vallabhacharya, he told, see, Bhakti is also Pisachi, Mukti is also Pisachi. And he went on giving quotations from different scriptures and proved what his uncle has wrote is right. Then Vallabhacharya accepted, yes, yes. He was so happy and he came and told, I defeated Vallabhacharya. I made him agree to what you have written. Rupa Goswami told, get lost. Go out of Braja. But this is not the mood of Braja. First argument, on top of that, taking pleasure in winning the opponent. First argument, on top of that, taking the pleasure that you have won. So this is not the mood of Raja. Better you go out. In this way, Jeev Goswami Bichara, he was sent out. And what did Jeev Goswami do? He was staying in a crocodile hole. You remember we had visited? The crocodiles used to come there. There all he used to go. There he went and stayed there. Practically buried himself on the ground. And he used to not eat anything. And Sanatan Goswami once visited that village. At that time, Sanatan Goswami people told there is a sadhu and he has buried himself in the hole. In that hole, all crocodiles and all come, and this person is not eating also anything. Then Sanatan Goswami could relate. Oh, that must be Jiva only. Then he went immediately to Rupa Goswami and told, what is the highest compassion? He told Jiva Daya Krishna Nama Sarva Dharma Sa. So Jiva Daya. What did you say? Jiva Daya. First show Daya to your Jiva first. In this way, Sanatan Goswami, who was the elder brother of Rupa Goswami, convinced Rupa Goswami, and in this way, Jiva Goswami was brought back to Vrindavan. So that is how. But Jiva Goswami sitting there, what did he do? He wrote Shad Sandarbhas. That is how Shad Sandarbhas, Bhakti Tattva, Bhagavad Tattva, Shad Sandarbhas. And soon we are going to start Shad Sandarbhas also. And that will be in the morning class, but so Shad Sandarbhas are written by Jiva Goswami. So Chaitanya Bhagavat is going on. Chaitanya Bhagavat, they are planning to start Shad Sandarbhas. So that is how Shad Sandarbhas are written by Jiva Goswami. So that is how this verse is very important verse. Bhukti Mukti Spruha Yavat Pisachi Hriday Vartate Tavad Bhakti Sukhasyatra Katham Abhyodayo Bhavet. Bhukti Mukti Spruha Yavat Pisachi Hriday Vartate Tavad Bhakti Sukhasyatra Katham Abhyudayo Bhavet. How can the happiness of bhakti arise in the heart when the witch of desire for enjoyment and liberation remains there? Tavad bhakti sukhas yatra. Actually, it is so sukha. Bhakti is a sukha yatra. Katham abhyudaya bhavat. How a person will understand that? If he has a desire for bhakti and mukti, if there is even a small tinge of bhakti and mukti, a person cannot understand sukhas yatra, bhakti sukhas yatra. That is what is given. So the meaning of the words is that desire for enjoyment, liberation, not proper for the sadhaka, and not at all present in the perfected devotee. Perfected devotee, anyhow, there is no question of having this bhakti and mukti. As a sadhaka also, one should not have this desire of bhakti and mukti because it's not good for him to progress. There is no risk given. Okay. So read the paragraph, one paragraph.
Okay, Mataji. 1.2.22 Bhukti Mukti Sprahaya Vartikati Nidhi Vartate Tavad Bhakti Sukhasyatra Katham Abhyudayo Bhaved. Translation: how can the happiness of bhakti arise in the heart when the witch of desire for enjoyment and liberation remains there? As stated before, there are three kinds of happiness: material, spiritual, and devotional. Devotional service and the happiness due to its execution are not possible as long as one is materially affected. If someone has a desire for material enjoyment or for becoming one with the Supreme, these are both considered material concepts. Because the impersonalist cannot appreciate the spiritual happiness of association and the exchange of loving affairs with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their ultimate goal is to become one with the Lord. This concept is simply an extension of the material idea. In the material world, everyone is trying to be the topmost headman among all his fellow men or neighbors. Either communally, socially, or nationally, everyone is competing to be greater than all others in the material concept of life. This greatness can be extended to the unlimited so that one actually wants to become one with the greatest of all, the Supreme Lord. This is also a material concept, although maybe a little more advanced. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Next one. तत्रापि च विशेषेण गतिम् अन्विन् अनिच्छतः भक्तिहृदमनः प्राणान् प्रेम्णा तान् कुरुते जनान्. So by prema, the bhakti process, such as hearing, take possession of the mind and senses of persons who do not desire the goal of liberation at all. So the hearing take possession of the mind. That means hearing becomes the property of the mind and the senses. For the ears, what ears want? To hear more. So naturally, Krishna Katha becomes the property of the mind, the property of the senses. Naturally, senses involves not only ears. Even to hear, you need your legs also. Then only you can go and hear. Like suppose you're here, now you're hearing here. You require your eyes, you require your hands. That means the whole body. You cannot just say only ears, I'll keep it. No, the whole senses. It becomes the property of the senses. So bhakti has the power to keep the hearing process as the property of mind and senses. Very powerful statement this is. Now this person is not desiring for the liberation at all. Bhakti involves taking anxiety for Krishna. Simple. Liberation is let me be peaceful. The moment that desire comes, let me be peaceful, doesn't work. But Srila Prabhupada did not remain peaceful, though he was peaceful. A devotee is always peaceful in his heart. Externally, he will be taking all the anxieties. What was the necessity of Srila Prabhupada going to the West? Chupchap, he could have been, at least in his house. Chalo, retired from his house, renounced from his house. He could have been in Vrindavan. What is the purpose of going all the way to the West? And that too in so much of cold. I could not bear the Nagpur cold. I was thinking how Prabhupada could have gone. But that is all minus degree. That all goes is minus degree. And that to the old age. Old age. Has to do his own work. Nobody to assist him. Not only his work, he used to feed people also. Wash their utensils also. Yes, the sacrifice of Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON is not just like that. ISKCON has the blood of Srila Prabhupada. The sacrifice of Srila Prabhupada. That is why before starting everything, One has to read Prabhupada book. Prabhupada, there is a book, single book, Prabhupada. Possible, get it and read it. We have Prabhupada Lilamrit, but there is one book, Prabhupada. It's a very beautiful book. Prabhupada Lilamrit, at least little tough language, little English is little tough. But Prabhupada, the book is very good. So how much sacrifice he has done just to keep that hearing as our property. So every day we should be indebted. Even when we wake up also, we should meditate on the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Krishna is afterwards. How will we know Krishna? We were not knowing Krishna. We were knowing all type of demigods, is it? Here and there we were knowing Krishna also, but not that Krishna eats. Krishna eats. Krishna. How many people have really fed Krishna? Here and there, somewhere, some laddu is kept or some apple is kept. Generally, people keep one apple and what? Whatever we eat, Krishna also eats. Yatkaroshi Yadashnashi, that was really understood only by Srila Prabhupada. Because of Srila Prabhupada, one understood that yes, whatever we eat, we should give to Krishna. Whatever we do, we should do for Krishna, keeping Krishna in the center. So, in this way, this hearing process becomes our property. Okay? 23rd. You read the verse and Aruna, you read the translation. See, 1 minute. The 22, na, continue that little. Continue the second paragraph also. 22, finish it off that first. A pure
Okay.
devotee never cares for liberation. That. And then 23 is the next paragraph. Hmm.
23 is the attention of a pure devotee, right, Mataji? Okay.
Continue that pure devotee. First, you continue that, read the verse,
Okay.
and then Aruna will read.
Okay. However, the perfect spiritual concept of life is complete knowledge of one's constitutional position, in which one knows enough to dovetail himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. One must know that he is finite and that the Lord is infinite. Thus, it is not possible to actually become one with the Lord, even if one aspires for this. It is simply not possible. Therefore, anyone who has any desire or aspiration for satisfying his senses by becoming more and more important, either in the material sense or in the spiritual sense, cannot actually relish the really sweet taste of devotional service. Srila Rupa Goswami has therefore compared possessing these bhukti, material, and mukti, liberation, desires with being influenced by the black art of a witch. In both cases, one is in trouble. Bhukti means material enjoyment, and mukti means to become freed from material anxiety and to become one with the Lord. These desires are compared to being haunted by ghosts and witches, because while these aspirations for material enjoyment or spiritual oneness with the Supreme remain, no one can relish the actual transcendental taste of devotional service. Our devotee never cares for liberation. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prayed to Krishna, "My dear son of Nanda, I do not want any material happiness in the shape of many followers, nor immense opulence in wealth, nor any beautiful wife, nor do I want cessation from material existence. I may take many births one after another, but what I pray for from you is that my devotion unto you may always remain unflinching."
Why you read from the top?
I think this paragraph was not written. We didn't read Mataji. This, however, yeah.
Nice. Okay. You're very sincere personified. Huh? Read 23rd.
1 to 23. तत्रापि च विशेषेण गतिम् अन्विम् अनिच्छतः भक्तिर्हृत भक्तिर्हृतमनः प्राणं प्रेमणा तान् कुरुते जनान्. Translation.
Pranan.
By
Pranan. Manha pranan.
मनः प्राणान् प्रेम्णा तान् कुरुते जनान्. Translation. By prema, the bhakti processes such as hearing take possession of the mind and senses of persons who do not desire the goal of liberation at all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The attention of pure devotee is so much attracted to glorification of the Lord's pastimes, name, qualities, forms, etc., that the devotee does not care for mukti. Sri Bilva Mangala Thakur has said, If I am engaged in the devotional service unto you, my dear Lord, then very easily can I perceive your presence everywhere. And as far as liberation is concerned, I think liberation stands at my door with folded hands, waiting to serve me. To pure devotees, therefore, liberation and spiritual eman- emancipation are not very important things. In this connection, in the
Wait,
third
wait, wait,
canto,
wait, 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 over.
over,
Just type this word Mukulutanjali. Just type this verse Mukulutanjali. What word? The verse you'll get. Mukti. They stand with folded hands. Nice verse is there.
Which word, Mataji?
Mukulutanjali. Mukulitanjali. Just type that. Or I have to remove that verse with Mukulitanjali. You're getting that? Mukulitanjali means standing with a folded hands. You getting? Or I have to
Yes, I think,
remove the
Mataji.
Mukulitanjali. Anjali Mudra. They stand. Bhakti and Mukti. Both. Especially Bhakti anyhow cannot stand. Mukti
Uh,
stands. Got the
this
word?
is the verse, Mataji.
Huh?
Bhakti stvai sthirata Sthirataram Bhagwan Yadi Syad. Are you able to see, Madhu?
Wait. You put in the group. Wait, I'll see. Bhakti Svai Sirata Bhagavan Gati Syad. Vena Maha Palaki Divya Kishora Murti. Mukti Swayam Mukulitanjali Sevati Sman. Yes. Dharmartha Kama Gataya Smaya Samaya Pratikshaha. This is the verse. If one engages in pure devotional service with determination, you become visible in your original transcendental youthful form, this personality, supreme personality of Godhead. As far as liberation is concerned, she stands before the devotee with folded hands, waiting to render service. Religion or dharmartha, religion, economic development, sense gratification, are all automatically attained without separate endeavor. Bhakti stvai stiratar bhagavan yadi syad दैवेन दैवेन नः फलति दिव्य किशोर मूर्ति मुक्ति स्वयं मुकुलितांजलि सेवते स्मान् धर्मार्थ कामगतयः समयः प्रतीक्षः. I had memorized this, but I don't know how I forgot it. I only remember now Mukulitanjali. A very nice verse this is. Initial I was knowing the whole verse. Somehow I forgot. Now if I see again, put it in the group, because I used to love this verse so much. So the mukti stands with folded hands. And what to speak of dharma, artha, kama, automatically one gets. Like if you ask a bottle of water, you get a cap, you get the bottle also. You don't have to say, are you going to give me cap? Like I had gone to Vrindavan, some few devotees, many years before. He ordered idli. Okay. With idli, what you get? Naturally, it is understood that you're going to get sambar, you're going to get chutney. He called that waiter again. He told, are you going to give me sambar? He looked at him. Then he asked, are you going to give idlis? No, are you going to give chutney? Then I told, I keep quiet. You will make me also ashamed. It's so embarrassing to ask, are you going to get idlis? Are you going to get chutney? Are you going to get sambar? Anyhow, it is going to come. Like if you ask for water, if you ask that waiter, are you going to give me the can? Are you going to give me the bottle? He will think what foolish people have come here. I was sitting in Govindas, he was asking this. I thought I'm being very embarrassing. I'm going to get up if you ask all these silly questions. Like if you ask Puri, then naturally Puri sabji will come. The same way, if you ask devotion, four Purushartha anyhow will come. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha follows person gets, but he will not use the artha for his service. That is the only difference. A devotee becomes super rich, but Lakshmi comes, not money. Money does not come, Lakshmi comes. That is how the facility comes to serve Krishna more. That is a facility Krishna gives. Okay. Now 24th. Pushpa Mataji read the paragraph after the. So now
Mataji, I have a sore throat. I can't
okay,
read, sorry.
Goloka with me. Now the proof is given by Jiva Goswami. Now just imagine Jiva Goswami when he went along with Vallabhacharya, he would have given all these quotations. How my uncle has written is so right. Bhukti Mukti Visprayavat Pisachi Hridi Vartate. Now he is giving the quotation here. See from third canto. Tatha cha tritiye ter darshani yav yavairudara विलास हासकि हासक्षित वाम सुखतैः कृतात्मनो कृतप्राणांश्च भक्ति अनिच्छ अनिच्छतो अनिच्छतो मे गतिम् अन्विम् प्रयुक्ते. In the third canto it is said, Bhakti steals away the mind and senses of the persons who do not desire liberation. Or Bhakti steals away the mind. Bhakti becomes a property of the mind, and Bhakti steals the mind and senses. By the prema arising from realizing the attractive limbs, pastimes, charming words, glances, and playful smiles of generous Lord. Realizing the attractive limbs by the prema arising from realizing. So, yes, how bhakti steals away the mind? Because the prema arouses by hearing. And by hearing what happens, he gets attracted to the limbs of Krishna, smile of Krishna, pastimes of Krishna, glances of Krishna. So in this way, bhakti steals the mind and the senses. As the gopis also tell in Gopi Gita that you are a thief. You have stolen our mind. You have stolen our senses. In one of the lines, gopis say, do not look at Krishna. He is a thief. He will steal your mind, he will steal your senses. And you cannot think of anything except his pastimes and his glances and his sweet smile. And then when you're thinking about him, suddenly he will leave and go. So this person only simply thinks and sits. That is our condition. Initially he was sitting before us. Now he is not seen, but we are only thinking about him. So by mistake also don't look at him. That is how how the gopis say bhakti will steal away your mind and senses from the materialistic objects. Okay. Read paragraph.
स तृतीये दर्शनी या वयवैर उदार विलास हसेक्षित वाम सुक्तैः कृतात्मनो ऋतप्राणांश्च भक्तिर् अनिच्छतो मे गतिम् अन्विम् प्रयुक्ते. Translation. In the third canto, it is said, Bhakti steals away the mind and senses of the person who do not desire liberation. By the prema arising from realizing the attractive limbs, pastimes, charming words, glances, and playful smiles of the generous Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-36.
Who is going to read?
Goloka Mataji will read, right, Mataji, or should I
Yeah.
continue?
Or you only continue. I think she's not.
Okay, Mataji. In this connection, in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 25, verse 36, Kapil Dev has advised his mother Devahuti as follows. My dear mother, my pure devotees are charmed by seeing my different forms, the beauty of my face, the structure of my body so enchanting. My laughing, my pastimes, and my glance appear to them so beautiful that their minds are always absorbed in thoughts of me, and their lives are dedicated fully unto me. Although such people do not desire any kind of liberation or any kind of material happiness, still I give them a place among my associates in the Supreme Abode. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Next. Shri Krishna Charanambhoja सेवनिवृत्तचेतसां येषां मोक्षाय भक्तानां न कदाचित् स्पृहा भवेत्. Devotees who are absorbed in the bliss of service, the lotus feet of Krishna, never desire liberation. So this is now the conclusion. Read.
Sri Krishna Charanam Bhoja Seva Nivritta Chetasam Esha Mokshaya Bhaktanam Na Kadachit Spruha Bhavet. Translation: Devotees who are absorbed in the bliss of service to the lotus feet of Krishna should never desire liberation. This
Okay.
evidence from Srimad Bhagavatam gives assurance to the pure devotee of being elevated to the
So where you? Yeah. This evidence in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, read.
This evidence from Srimad Bhagavatam gives assurance to the pure devotee of being elevated to association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Rupa Goswami remarks in this connection that one who is actually attracted by the beauty of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna or his service, and whose heart, by such attraction, is always full with transcendental bliss, will naturally never aspire after the liberation which is so valuable to the impersonalist. Hare Krishna.
Okay. 1 minute. I have to send the link. Just wait. Give me 2 minutes. Okay. Now, 26th one. यथा तत्रैव श्रीमद् उद्धवोक्तौ 3.4.15 को नैष्यति पादसरोजभाजम् सुदुर्लभो रतेषु चतुर्ष्वपीहम् तथापि नाहं प्रवणोमि भूमान् भवत्पदाम्भोज निषेवणोत्सुकः. Uddhava also states this. O my Lord, devotees who are engaged in the transcendental loving service at your lotus feet have no difficulty in achieving anything within the realm of the four principles of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Nevertheless, O Great One, as far as I am concerned, I have preferred only to engage in the loving service of your lotus feet. In your devotees will get everything. Kulashekar Alvar, in beautiful verse he chants. Kulashekar Alvar is a king. Just imagine how many facilities and how many Aishwarya a king has. But he is not interested in all these things. He has only one desire. And what is the desire? Just to serve Krishna. There is a nice verse which says, Nasta dharmena vasanchye naiva kamopabhoge yadbhavyam tad bhavatu bhagavan purvakarmanurupam etat pratyam mama bahumatam जन्म जन्मांतरेपि त्वत्पादाम्भोरुहयुगगता निश्चला भक्तिरस्तु. It is the 5th verse of Mukundamala, where he says, I am not interested in religiosity, nor I am interested in accumulating the wealth, nor I am interested in sense gratification. But what to do? I have got all these things. He's a king, na? maybe because of my past deeds. But I pray that this my this is I pray for this boon. What is that boon? I require birth after birth. Let me render service unto you. Janma janmantarepi padamboruha yugagata nishala bhakti. Fifth verse of Mukundamala speaks this. So devotee is not attached to this. If he has this facility, what he can do? Maybe in the past life, somebody was talking to me yesterday. He was telling, Mataji, I'm poor. Devotee, huh? I said, devotee is never poor because devotee has wealth. And what is that wealth? Krishna. Namo kinchana vittaya nivritta gunavutte atma ramaya shavitaya kaivalya pate Namo. Kunti Maharani also speaks this. Namo akinchana vittaya. Who has akinchana love for Krishna. What is a vittaya? What is that wealth? Nivritta gunavrittaya. He is nivritta from these gunas. He is nivritta from this material things. Those who are impoverished materially have Krishna as their wealth. So devotee should never think that he is poor. Okay, maybe not having that type of material wealth, but he has spiritual wealth. And that spiritual wealth is Krishna. He has Krishna and Sahasra Lakshmis are there. Krishna knows what is required, what is not required. So that is most important. What is required, Krishna gives it. So he is not desiring for anything. Okay, read 26. No, now 26 over, no? 27. Read 27. And also 28 is included. Let me finish that also. That paragraph has 28 also.
Mataji, 26 is pending, Mataji.
26 is pending, na?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Why I went ahead? No, I went barabar. I went before. Okay, 26. Read.
Okay. यथा तत्रैव श्रीमद् उद्धवोक्तौ 3.4.15 कोन्व इशाते पादसरोजभाजां सुदुर्लभो अर्थेषु चतुष्व अपीह तथापि नाहं प्रवृणोमि भूमन् भवत्पदाम्भोज निषेवणो निषे निषेवणोत सुखः. Translation. Uddhava also states this, O my Lord, devotees who are engaged in the transcendental loving service of your lotus feet have no difficulty in achieving anything within the realm of the four principles of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Nevertheless, O Great One, as far as I am concerned, I have preferred only to engage in the loving service of your lotus feet.
Read.
A similar passage is also there in the third canto, fourth chapter, verse 15 of the same book, wherein Uddhava addresses Lord Krishna and says, My dear Lord, for persons who are engaged in your transcendental loving service, there is nothing worth obtaining from religiousness, economic development, sense gratification, or liberation. All the happiness from these different sources can be very easily had by them. In spite of such facilities, my dear Lord, I do not aspire to achieve any such results. My only prayer is that I may have unflinching faith and devotion unto your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
So 27, 28. Tatraiva Shri Kapila Devoktau Naikatmatam Me Spruha Yanti Kechin Matpada Seva Virata Madiha Ye Anyoonyato Bhagavata Prasajya Sabhajayante Mama Paurushani. Kapila Muni says this. A pure devotee who is attached to the activities of devotional service and who always engage in the service of the lotus feet, never desire to become one with me. Such a devotee who is unflinchingly engaged always glorifies my pastimes and activities. So he doesn't want this ekatmatam. Ekatmatam means becoming one with Lord, desiring for liberation, becoming one with Lord. He is not desiring liberation, nor is desiring any ekatmatam, that means merging in the Brahman. This is what is given. Okay, and then 28th verse, Tatraiva 3.29.13. Salokya Shastri Samipya. This again you have to memorize this shloka. That Bhakti Mukti, that and this also. Salokya Shastri Samipya Sarupyai Katvam Apyuta Niyamanam Nagunanti Vinamassevanam Jana. Important verse. 5 types of liberation is there. Salokya Shastri Samipya Sarupya Ekatvam Apyuta. Sarupya Ekatvam Api Uta. So Salokya, having the same loka like Lord. Salokya, Shastri, opulence like Lord. Samipya, nearness to Lord. Sarupya, having beauty like Lord. Ekatvam, becoming one with Lord. Apiyutaha, Diyamanam na Pashyanti. I don't want all this. Vinamat Sevanam Jana. If there is no service involved, don't give me this. What is the use of your loka? I'll come and sit on what there. And if you don't give me your service, what is the use? Like you are calling, you are going to your mother's place, and your mother says, "No, you should not touch anything. Chupchap, baitho ek jagah pe." Will you like to go to your mother's place? So, Diyamanam na Pashyanti. I don't want. Vinamat Sevanam Jana. So these are the 5 liberations. Highest, topmost liberation. Getting loka like Lord, getting opulence like Lord, getting Aishwarya like Lord, getting the nearness to Lord, becoming one with Lord. But Lord, the devotee says, Dhiyamanam na pashyanti. Don't give me all this if you don't give me service. Shastri also means powers like Lord. What is the use of the power given by Lord if it is not engaged in Krishna's service? Madhu and Kaita, they asked power from Lord. Why? To fight with him. So, devotee is not asking the power for his personal desire or for his benefit. If Shastri involves the power and opulence, that is for his service. And if Lord says, no, I don't want anything. I was just thinking today, one even thought came. Now my mother is alone. Sometimes I ask her, you want this? She says, no, I don't want. Today I asked her, will you take full lunch? I'll make for you. She said, okay. And I was just thinking, if she says, no, I don't want, then I asked my Shiksha Guru, will you take something? Yes, yes. I was so happy to make. Then I thought, if they say, no, I don't want, we don't want anything, then will the enthusiasm come? That means service is given by elders to us. If parents are allowing us to serve them, that means it is a fortune. If our Guru tells, do this service, that is a fortune for us. If they say, no, I don't want to eat, go. If the parents say, no, no, nahi chahiye. That means what? We should not feel that, oh, nice, good. We don't want to give anything. No. The opportunity to serve goes up. So that is how the pleasure comes in service. And automatically in some your parents say, yes, today you make for me so many items. Enthusiastically you will cook. And suddenly they say, we don't want to eat, just give one glass water. Will you like to, where will you show the enthusiasm? So nearness or opulence or power or samarthya, everything is given for his service. When you serve Lord, automatically you are serving everyone. Like you're serving your parents, then you're going to feed what? Krishna Prasadam only, na? So I was thinking maybe my Lord wants more. I went to Nagpur, na? So he wants more. That is why every day, at least 5, 10 items, I'm just making so many items more enthusiastically because yes, there's somebody to eat. If there's nobody to eat, what will you make? You'll make for yourself so many items. Even if you make for Lord, you get the pleasure to feed others. You will offer to Lord, but how much you will eat alone? You cannot eat anything alone. So that is how Krishna says, Here it is very clearly said, Yamanam na pashyanti, if you are not giving me service. So service involves not only to Krishna, it involves to the devotees also. Okay, 28, 27, 28 in one only this. So read both the words and all are mute today. Aruna will read the verse. Paragraph.
तत्रैव श्रीकपिल देवोक्तो नैकात्मतां मे स्पृहयन्ति केचिन् मत्पादसेवाभिरतामत् इहाह ये अन्योन्य अन्यो अन्यो अन्योन्यतो भागवतः प्रसज्य सभाजयन्ते मम पौरुषाणि. Sorry. And Kapila states the same. A pure devotee who is attached to the activities of devotional service and who always engages in the service of my lotus feet never desires to become one with me. A devotee who is unflinchingly engaged always glorifies my pastimes and activities. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-34. 1.2.28 Tatreva Srimad Bhagavatam 3:29-13 Alokya Sarti Samipya Sarupya Katavam Apyata Diyamanam na Grananti Vinamat Sevanam Janaha. Translation. Kapila also says a pure devotee does not accept any kind of liberation, Salokya, Sasti, Samipya, Sarupya, or Ekatva, even though they are offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if they are not accompanied by service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay,
A
read.
similar passage is also in third canto, 25th chapter, verse 34, wherein Kapila Dev instructs his mother and says, "My dear mother, devotees whose hearts are always filled in the service of my lotus feet and who are prepared to do anything for my satisfaction, especially those fortunate devotees who assemble together to understand my qualities, pastimes, and form, and thus glorify my congregationally and derive transcendental pleasure therefrom, never desire to become one with me. And what to speak of becoming one with me if they are offered a post like mine in my abode, or opulence like mine, or even personal association with me with similar bodily features? They refuse to accept because they are satisfied simply by being engaged in my devotional service. This paragraph also, Mataji? No.
Mhm.
The last
No.
paragraph of third chapter, no. Hare Krishna.
चतुर्थे श्री ध्रुवोक्तौ fourth canto, 9th chapter, 10th verse. या निवृत्तिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्म ध्यानात् भवत् जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्व महिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकासि किं त्वन्तकासि विदितात् पततां विमानात्. Guru Maharaj says he did so much of tapasya to get a loka more bigger than even his great grandfather, Brahma. More than Brahma, he wanted a bigger kingdom, bigger loka. And we know that how he did very kadak tapasya, 5 months tapasya. And then here it is said 5 months or 4 months. I think it is 4 months tapasya, 4 or 5 months, just check it. One is grass, and then afterwards he just eats grass, he just eats some water, some air, then without air. I think it's 4 months tapasya. So whatever. So he did so much of tapasya. When Lord comes, he says, the transcendental bliss derived from meditation upon the lotus feet or hearing about your glories, the pure devotees, is so unlimited that it's far beyond the stage of Brahmananda. Merging in Brahman, that is Brahma Ananda. Brahma Ananda. When one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Lord, since Brahmananda is also defeated by transcendental bliss derived from devotional service. What to speak of the temporary blissful, blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is ended by the separating word of time. Although one may be elevated to the heavenly kingdoms, he falls down in the due course of time. Shine punyam martelokam vishanti. After all the punyas are over, though he may go to the upper planetary systems, he will fall down. And when Lord appeared, Lord said, "What you want, you ask." He says, "I feel ashamed to ask a piece of glass. You have personally appeared, and I have got a bhakti. I could get the fortune to meditate on your lotus feet. More than that, what can be all these things? I'm ashamed that I came for asking a piece of glass, but oh Lord, you have given me so much. I do not want anything. You yourself have appeared." That is how Guru Maharaj prays. ठीक है. Read the last paragraph again. You will continue.
Okay. चतुर्थे ध्रुवोक्तौ या निवृत्तिस्तनुभ्रातं तव पादपद्म ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् अब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्य अपि नाथ मा भूत् किं त्वा अन्तकाशि लुलितात् पततां विमानात्. In the fourth canto, Dhruva says, "My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, wherein one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, then what to speak of the temporary blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is ended by the separating sword of time? Although one may be elevated to the heavenly planets, he falls down in due course of time. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 9th chapter, verse 10, King Dhruva says, "My dear Lord, the transcendental pleasure derived by meditation upon your lotus feet, which is enjoyed by the pure devotees, cannot be approached by the transcendental pleasure derived by the impersonalists through self realization. So, how can the fruitive workers, who at most can aspire to promotion to the higher heavenly planets, understand you, and how can they be described as enjoying a happiness similar to the devotee's happiness?" Hare Krishna.
Okay. So here we'll end. So chapter we'll do after I come from Yatra. 31st only I'm going to come. So next week, mostly no class because Monday I'm in Talasari, going for Talasari Yatra. Ravi sir, Talasari GEB Yatra. So here Monday will be no class. Wednesday, I don't know. Wednesday there may be class. Wednesday. What is 28? What is 28? We are going to Yatra. What is 28?
Saturday.
Saturday. I think Monday, Wednesday, but just one day class, what is going to happen? It's a big portion. So we'll do continuously. There's no point. So read this whole, how many chapters we have done? 3 chapters. Read the 3 chapters very nicely with the verses and see that you have that PDF. You make the PDF till 19th chapter only. I'll give you the verse also. Everybody should have the PDF. Till 19 is 1.4.21. You have this portion for this exam. Till 1.4.21, 1.1.1 to 1.4.21. You can see in the PDF, this is part 1. Part 1. Sadhana Bhakti. Characteristics of devotional service, Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti. Anyway, this is part 1. The first wave. Sadhana Bhava Prema. Eastern way we are doing. Okay, any doubts in this? You can ask. So here we stop. You can put the class now. Next class is when? What is in January? What is that Monday?
6th January, madam.
What?
6th January.
6 January is Monday. I cannot say because mostly Khargar we are going. Khargar opening and all is there. So I will let you know. Best is 8th. 8th on everything I'll let you know. Keep it a hold. Keep it a hold. I'll let you know. But for sure it is 13th. 13th is again 13th is Sankrant. 13th is Sankrant. So we may be going to again the farms. We don't know. So I'll let you know. What is the next class date? I'll let you know. Okay. वैष्णववृंद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. 15th is sure, that is for sure. 15th is Wednesday. Before that, if at all we are able to do it, immediately we'll do it. Hare Krishna.